Welcome back to episode 7 of my Vanilla Plus modded Forever World series, where today I can finally say that I don't need to be out here to sleep or go find my materials. We have fully moved everything into the base. As of last episode, we completed the chest room and transferred all the items, and now we have a almost complete home. Last episode, we said I would work on two goals for this one. That would be mining to get more materials, as well as creating a farm and expanding my food resources just because I'm running a little bit low. And I'd rather not use up all of the wheat that I have left. So I think the first thing to do is going to be to grab some mining materials and head down and start kind of either exploring deeper into the mine over there or just kind of making a new one and doing my classic staircase down. I think we're going to be making some good progress today. I'm not quite sure what I'll do for the farms afterwards, but I think we should start with step one. A crucial factor struck me while I was preparing my inventory for the mining trip, and that is just how low on food I am. Now, if I was planning on doing the farm afterwards, that means I'm going to be doing this mining trip with whatever food I can have on hand. I might go scrounge up a few melons around the area and see how the wheat field's doing. Otherwise, I might just risk going down with minimal food. Now, the plan is to avoid, a hostile contact. However, that's never guaranteed, especially when mining. So, but I think, we need a little bit of risk in order to kind of progress. So I'm gonna see what I can do and just go with what I got, I think. Also, I think after sipping on it, I'm not too bothered by the line. I think overall, I think it's not a huge issue. I think for the most part, this looks really cool. I like the effect it kind of gives. I'm pretty happy. It took a lot longer. I think it took me about 30 minutes to complete this, just because I could not get it right with the window framing and where in the locations or like positioning of the paintings. But I think this is pretty cool. I'm happy with it. Oh, how have I gone this long without realizing that this wasn't even? Now, I typically do farms, 9 by 9, but when did this not? Hmm. We can fix that another time, but that's something I definitely will come back to. That I didn't realize that until now. I don't know how I didn't notice it, but now it's gonna really bug me. There we go. Not the ideal mining food, but I think it will suffice for now. There are a lot more of you than I remember leaving last time. You know what? I don't want to deal with that right now. I think. Hmm. Oops. Are you coming up here? No. I see no reason why I can't just start mining down from up here. Now, granted, I will lose a lot of... You know what? No, let's go down this way. Let's go down do it here. I think this is pretty well lit up enough down this way where we can start just mining a safe little descent over on this side. So let's go right here. For starters, I think we're going to go down to Y16. Y16, for those who don't know, is the optimal level, at least I believe so, to get iron. And I am running a little low on that, using that to make up my chests, or sorry, my pickaxes, which I then used on excavating the base. So I definitely want to stock up some iron, per speak of the devil. I think I would definitely want a lot of it as well because I do plan on getting into, um, sorry, automation and doing some farms at some point. Probably not until after we get to the nether, just because I like using observers. But definitely iron is no bad resource to have at all. We'll definitely need a lot of iron for hoppers and just any other material. So, or like building material and redstone. So I do think for starters, getting some iron will be great, and then depending on how we're at, I'll probably go for some diamonds. Perfect. All right. Let's see if we can get lucky. Now, I remember there being some water caves around the area. The timing on this is a little bit, it seems like it's not coincidental. I promise you it is. I did not plan that. Luckily, this doesn't seem too deep, so I'll just do this. I think water caves are a really cool addition to Minecraft, but oh my god, are they miserable to deal with. They are just the most annoying thing in existence. You know what? Here, let's do this. Did I drop torch? No. There we go. And this definitely isn't the most efficient way to mine. I definitely know people do like kind of like a, every two like this. But I kind of just like zoning out and mining a little bit. I do love the new cave generation that they added in 1.18, but a special part of me just misses the straight mining aspect that you could do before the update and the to the cave generation. Something just about being able to just like kind of tune out and just do this for hours was just so enthralling. I definitely love like the new caves and exploring all that. And I definitely can't wait to see what they do with that in the future. But I definitely just do love just being able to do this. It's very kind of cathartic for me. That being said, since the update, I definitely feel like getting iron is a lot harder through strip mining just because they changed where the ores generate. Um, so I definitely think that finding a cave would be very nice, and for the sake of getting iron, just surface iron is so much easier. Because I definitely remember iron being a lot more relevant or prevalent before the update. Oh, cave noise though. Hold on. That means we're getting close to a cave. See, this is why I love copper so much, because I've been mining for maybe about 5 to 10 minutes. No, probably less than that. I'd say like probably 5 to 6 minutes, and I'm already pretty much almost done with this pickaxe since I started using it. And it's just, I don't know. I feel like wasting iron, not wasting, but losing iron on it is so just demoralizing, especially when you're in early game and don't have a lot on you. I feel like copper is just such a good replacement, or at least like use until you can get a lot of iron, because it's really not that worse off than iron. It lasts longer, it's not as faster, but sorry, lasts shorter, but or less as long, but uh, I don't know. I feel like it's definitely better than stone, and it's just so much cheaper than iron to make. I definitely might just go back and make like a ton of iron pickaxe or copper pickaxes, and then come back down. There we go. Perfect. What's on there? Hmm. Now this is what I was talking about. I don't think this is the cave that the cave noise activated, because that was 2 minutes ago. But I will be happy to help myself to whatever is down here. be continued. You know what? Yeah, I think I'll take these vines down, man. They're really cool, but I I keep trying to see to research like if there's a way to like stop them from going, but it's just taking up this view, man. Shoot. Hello, where are you? Hello. Nice. Something I find kind of interesting to talk about is how I view what I'm doing. What I mean by that is kind of how I feel about content creation because I think I mentioned it. I am in class or in school. I am in university. I'm also working part time on top of that, and I suddenly decided to just say screw it and start recording. Uh, it's something I've always wanted to do. I kind of put it on the backboard for a long time, or sorry, the back burner for a long time. But I decided, you know what? I finally bought a computer a little over a year ago. Why not just start recording? And so I did it. And I'm doing it. And it's just interesting because I definitely view it as something I want to continue doing and something I'd like to grow. It's something I'm very passionate about, and I want to kind of grow it into my career. I've been in school. I'm in my fourth year right now of college, and I've known or at least had an idea of what I wanted to do for a long time. I am in the creative writing department, or I guess college, you could say, because for a long time I've really loved storytelling and just fiction and fantasy. I grew up reading stuff like Harry Potter, which I don't, obviously fuck J.K. Rowling, but I grew up loving that series. I read other series like The Maze Runner, The Hunger Games. Actually, the author of The Hunger Games, Susan Collins, wrote another series actually before Hunger Games called the I think it's like Underland Chronicles or something like that, and it's about like this big giant like world underneath New York City, and I always find that super interesting. What I mean by this is that like I grew up reading all these like fantasy world stories, and I've just gotten super inspired. As a kid, I was like, you know what, I want to do this. Why not create? Oh shoot, sorry. Why not create? So I've been in school learning kind of how to do that because I struggle a lot with initiation and commitment to keeping things going. Hello. Oh my, I don't recognize you. Oh, I have to kill this guy. I don't have. Unless. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. Sorry, I'm. Let's put that on hold real fast. Let's figure this out first, and then let's. Oh boy. I gotta kill him. Dang it. All right. Well. um. Anywho, I struggle with commitment a lot, right? So, I love creative storytelling, and I love the idea of writing, but I just suck at doing it so hard. I'm so bad. I'm just really awful at just getting myself to sit down and do it. Um, so I find it interesting that this is something that I've been coming back to because it takes work, right? It's hours of recording and editing that I fit into my schedule of that I already have pretty busy one. Um, and so I find it really interesting that I'm kind of finding myself able to come back to this. Really, one? There we go. Two. So it's interesting. Ooh, that's better. Now we're talking. 5? I'll take a 5 vein. I will absolutely take a 5 vein. That gives us a pick and an enchanting table right there. Um, but I just find it interesting because, oh god, this is something I've really wanted to do for a long time, and I'm kind of finally doing it. And it's kind of very rewarding for me mentally to be able to, um, get through the process of recording and uploading and editing. And so I kind of wanted to say thank you for the people who are coming back and for the new people who are coming to the series and giving this a chance, because I'm really hoping to kind of grow and learn from this. I think I talked about last episode that, or one of the episodes, that I struggle with speech, and just kind of continuing talking. And so I'm hoping to kind of work on that through the process of recording, and I'm kind of really hoping to kind of build out that skill. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot I have the mod that installs like the losers of the mob votes. That's cool. I like that's a glare. Uh, well, I think it was a few. I think it was from 2 mob votes ago. But yeah, I guess where I was going with all this is just that like it's just very interesting to be like on the other side of the video, because I've been consuming YouTube videos for, a long, long time. I've been consuming Minecraft videos especially. I grew up watching Stampy and Popular MMOs and Beijing Canadian, Jerome ASF, and Captain Sparkles, and just creators like that. So it's very interesting kind of just being on that side of things. And, I'm nowhere near the amount of work that they put up with doing, or that they've put into anything, right? Like, I'm definitely very, like, small, but I think I'm just like, I don't know, it's interesting being able to appreciate where they all started from, because I feel like everyone started out making videos like this, and I find myself cringing every now and then at what I'm doing and stuff. But I'm like, everyone started here. Everyone started out making low quality videos with not a ton of confidence. But I'm really excited to see where I end up. How long I can keep this up, and how far I can grow and stuff like that. I think I've said I'm very excited to look back at now from where I am then, if that makes sense. This ambiance music, I'm not sure if it's going to come through in the video because I have it turned down, but it reminds me a lot of, I want to say, I think it's the Magma Zone music in Subnautica, when you're in the lava, like the active lava area, like way under the map. Reminds me a lot of that music, so it's kind of very eerie for me right now in here. I'm doing what I tried to not do every time I go mining, and that's get lost in like the caves beneath, but I think I'm finding my way back to where I started out. So, yeah, perfect. Oh, cool, lush cave. Okay. I did see a lush cave, or a azalea tree, sorry, the other episode. So I knew there was a lush cave nearby, but this is awesome. This is a big one too. Holy dang. All right. I'm really cool, or really happy that I have moss now, because moss is a super cool block. I love using it for building, and it's a pretty good way of clearing stone or any other material like block out of the way pretty fast if you need to get rid of a lot of it. So I'm gonna grab a lot of moss because this will be great for any future building or anything like that in the future. That was redundant. I really hope that Minecraft or Mojang continues to add like ambiance to different biomes. A few episodes or updates ago, they released the like update for the desert, where they added like the cactus flat blossoms, and they also added like this kind of like passive like wind to the biome. I really want them to keep doing that with different biomes. There's some really pretty like waterfall sounds and like echoes happening in this cave right now that just kind of make it so more immersive. And I know Mojang doesn't want to copy them like mods too much, but I really think like an update to like ambiance and stuff would be really neat. Now I know a lot of people who would say that that is like the not the priority for Minecraft right now, and I agree, but I don't know. I'm kind of happy with whatever they add. I definitely like having more things to explore and structures and stuff, but I also like having new building blocks and just like things to bring the world to life. I've been saying for a long time that I've been hoping for like more animals. Not that you know the classic Minecraft set isn't iconic, and it always will be iconic. But I don't know. I think it'd be cool to see like birds or different types of birds or like deer or something just more like natural in the biomes instead of just cows and sheep. And I know it's supposed to be based in Sweden, and I'm not sure if they do have. I'm sure they do have wild cows and stuff over there, but I don't know. I think it'd be cool to see like more like diverse wildlife and fauna and stuff like that. I almost went right down there. Back to where we started. This is a really, really big, lush cave. I think it's part of the whatever frame generation mod I have installed. But yeah, this is cool. I definitely know where to go if when I need a lot of moss and or clay for building. This will be very nice. Oh my god, that scared me. These zombies really like sneaking up on me. Holy shit. This is a cool little cave. A little redstone cave. I should actually be grabbing some redstone. Oh boy. That was a little too close for comfort. But I lived, therefore I learned nothing, therefore I persist. The ambiance is getting really ominous down here. The way this lapis is glowing is super cool. This gives me a lot of really cool ideas for builds later on. Or at least, not ideas, but like, I should use this at some point. I'm fairly certain this is like actual Minecraft music. I don't think this is modded. I think this is vanilla music that I'm hearing. The Subnautica thing I was talking about. But one thing Minecraft always did super well without effortlessly, it feels like, was making it scary without any actual threat. I talked about how like I would do like a lot of like strip mining before the updates. I could be just strip mining on my own in like on a single player world or like a offline on like a server with my friends, or sorry, not offline, but you know, the only person online like with my friends, and I would just get like a chill down my neck. And I think part of it had to do with like the cave noises, but also I don't know. There's just something you get the idea that you're being watched or something, or just something like that. Um, I don't know. Minecraft's just been effortlessly scary for as long as I can remember, and I just gotta give props for that, right? Because like there's no jump scares. It's just I don't know. I think the isolation gets to you. Like I would find myself feeling like getting the feeling of actual claustrophobia, like just strip mining underground, and I would literally get anxious. I wouldn't feel like safe or like I couldn't take a breath until like I went back up to the surface or like logged off for a minute. Um, it's really interesting how they were able to achieve that with just so bare bones structure, I guess. Oh man, I should not. I really should not be going this way. But you know what? I gotta. You know I gotta. Oh boy. Okay. Hello, boys. I'm gonna do some prepping for that. Well, I meant to at least. Ooh, okay. There we go. You don't see me. Come on. I can like feel like my like inner voice is going, "You're getting too greedy," because at some point I'm gonna go too far where I'm not gonna be able to get back unless I like trace the video, which I don't really want to do that. But you know, I really want these diamonds. I also need to be very, very wary of my shield because I did not have. Ooh, you know what? I really want to keep going, but I think this is. I think it's a sign. I think my shield's too low. I'm running out of building materials. I'll need deep set at some point. So you know, what's 10 more? But you know, I'd rather not use blocks that like I'm intentionally going to use in the future. I think this is my side to go back. Ooh, that's not good though. Come on. That's not good. That is what I was afraid of. So I don't remember really how far. Let's see. There's one here, one over there. So I think the best move is to do this, and then that. Well, that wasn't what I intended, but I'll absolutely... Whew, okay, let's get out of here. I don't want to be trapped in a cave without a shield. That is... Ooh, that is the last thing I want to do right now. There is more that I wanted to see, but I'm not really willing to test my luck right now. So let's just focus on getting home. Luckily, I have a pretty good sense of direction, so I have a rough idea of where I came from. So I'm just going to try to retrace my steps a little bit and see... Ooh, I do want that. If I can successfully get back to where I started. You know, I could technically use the buns I have to bone me one of these azalea bushes into a tree and then use that to make a shield. which now that I say it, I kind of want to do it more since I acknowledged it. But I think I need to call it here. I think I need to get back. I think this is three and a, or 2.5 stacks of iron, almost a stack of gold, half stack of rough or diamonds. I think it's pretty good. Now you are mine. You're coming with me. I'm kind of tempted to see. Now, if there is a Shrieker, I am absolutely turning back. I am not equipped to deal with that. So there is Skulk. I'm not. That's not a Shrieker. That's a. Yeah. I think this is the last. As much as I'll push my luck for this time. Just want to have a little peek around, just to get an idea of what's in the area, you know? Oh, that's cool. It lights up. Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Oh, hello. Now here's a good question. In your opinion, what is the best music disc? Because me personally, I love Cat. Cat has always been my absolute favorite music disc. There's some really other good ones, and the other side is really good. That's one of the newer ones, but I really like it a lot. But what is your favorite? Because personally, I think you just cannot beat Cat. It is the most kind of like pinnacle of like nostalgic, like not all of Minecraft music, but you know what I mean. Like it's very, very deep rooted in nostalgia for me. So yeah, what is your favorite music disc? This is really, I like this a lot. This is some really cool. Whoever modded or whoever, I don't know which, I don't know what if it's the shaders. I think it has to be the shaders, right? Whoever did these, I need to look it up. Are really cool, brilliant for doing that. That's awesome. That adds a lot to the environment. It makes it a lot scarier, actually. I think I'm gonna start sneaking because I have a suspicion, a sneaking suspicion, that there's gonna be a shrieker up ahead somewhere. Or not? That right there is a shrieker. Now, actually, I might break this one. I don't think there's any another one. I don't see any another one nearby. I don't see like a way for this path to continue. Let's see if I'm wrong. This is really sick. I can do a lot of this too. This is giving me so many different building ideas. To oh, it goes down. Okay, you know what? Screw it. This is actually what's gonna get me killed. I'm absolutely going to die down here doing this, but I am just so curious. I have to keep going. So I am happy to call that quits there for this little expedition. This will be great for getting materials if I need to do some building with like Skulk. I can definitely come back here for that. That'll be great. Oh, no! I'm sorry, wait! No! I've committed murder. I have committed an atrocity. I'm so sorry. That was a complete accident. I completely forgot I had him in there. Um, oops. But I think, yeah, that's just literally where we came in. So I can access all of that pretty much right here. That's, now that I've gone in and out, that gives me like a really good kind of idea of like where everything is. That's pretty cool. There's a lush cave, the Skulk, pretty much all right nearby. I would like some dripstone for lava and other purposes, but that's honestly not bad at all. I'm very happy. I'm very okay with that expedition, especially with everything we got out of that. That's really cool. was putting my stuff away, and I didn't see this. I didn't realize I got this from a zombie. That is very lucky. That makes farming a lot easier now, and that is kind of like a great transition into the next part of this video, which will be getting some farms up and going, just so we have a little bit more sustainability in terms of food. All right, now that we have completed our mining trip, it's time to move on to the second half of this video, which is going to be just kind of making some more farmland. I want to kind of even out this terrain here, which is going to take a little bit of work, but I kind of want to flatten all this down to this level and just add some more farms. I think one for carrots and one for potatoes, and then maybe setting up a pen for that sheep up there and getting him a friend. That might be something for later down the road, but I'm absolutely uh, going to get this initial part done just so I can have some more crops and food going. While I'm at it, you know what's funny is I made this a modded, like a mod pack, and installed all these mods just to forget about half of them because something I just remembered that I installed is this. I can right click to harvest instead of having to plant or break all of them and then just replant them. I forgot I can do that. That is so much more useful than, or so useful to me. I just found it really funny that I completely forgot I installed that. That'll be coming in handy. Hey guys. Um, they they are just gradually getting closer to me, aren't they? I have 26 levels. I'm seeing two of them, but there's usually more than two. There is another one. No, there's four. There's four. Wait, no, there's not. There's three. You know my ego says. Oops, I don't do that. Yeah, there's only three of them. I can do that. Surely. There's one. Hey, bud. Where'd the last one go? There's two. I hear it. Wait. Oh, it's just you. There we go. All right. It is definitely a work in progress, but the farm is expanded. We have our wheat, what will be carrots, and then potatoes. I'm going to let this kind of grow on its own throughout this and next video, but I think I'm going to call it there for the day. I We had a successful mining mission, got some diamonds, iron, and gold, and then hopefully we'll have an ample supply of food by around the middle or end of next episode. I'm not really sure where I'm going to go from here. I knew that I wanted to do some mining as well as just some farming. So I might just go back to where I was before and just continue kind of working on the base. I have. I kind of do want to see if I can touch up this area a little bit now that I have some proper storage. I can mess around with this whole kind of slope and then just kind of rough tune or kind of fine tune it a little bit. And then same thing with the farm. Definitely is not perfect. Definitely needs to get cleaned up a little bit. I just wanted to have something rudimentary that we could use for this next stage of the series. But yeah, if you did watch this episode and you are enjoying the series, please make sure to leave a like as well as a comment. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. For everyone who has been here since day one, thank you so much. If you are brand new, welcome to the channel and to my series. This is going to be kind of how the pacing goes. A lot of it's going to be just kind of me uh, gaming with not really any commentary, and then I will be talking about some stuff here and there. Just my little tangents. But yeah, if you are enjoying it, thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.